Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it is for Friday, the third day of July, the 11th day of Tammuz. Now, when I say the 11th of Tammuz, that means that we are only 6 days away from the 3 weeks beginning. That's a sad period of time. It's begun with Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, the fast on the 17th of Tammuz, which begins a period of 3 weeks of mourning leading up to the 9th of Av, when the two temples were destroyed. So I thought we would start here today by discussing the 5 tragic events that happened on Shiva Asar B'Tammuz on the 17th of Tammuz. That's why we will mark it next week with a fast. Here goes. The first thing that happened was that when Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai with the two luchos, he found the Jewish people dancing around the Egel Hazav, the golden calf, and that was 40 days, right? He came down 40 days after, exactly after Shavuos, and that calculates right out to the 17th of Tammuz. He comes down, he finds the Jewish people dancing around the Egel Hazav, and smashes the two luchos. That happened on the 17th of Tammuz. That's historically the first of the sad things that happened, and there are 4 more tragedies. Another one is that during the time of the Roman siege around Yerushalayim, you know that a carbon tamid was brought always in the Beis Hamikdash. That's a daily sacrifice brought every single day. Because of the siege that was around Yerushalayim, there came a time when they weren't able to bring the carbon tamid, the daily sacrifice, in the holy Beis Hamikdash, and that is a disastrous day when the regular service in the Beis Hamikdash was interrupted, and that happened in the time of the Roman siege, and it happened on the 17th of Tammuz. Also, in the time of the destruction of the second Beis Hamikdash, the walls were breached. The outer walls of Yerushalayim were breached on the 17th of Tammuz. So that is the third tragedy that happened. Also, there was a wicked man called Apostomus who made a public ceremony of burning Torah, and that happened on the 17th of Tammuz. And also, at one point, a dark point in our history, an idol was actually placed inside of the Beis Hamikdash. Some say that it was during the time of Menashe, and that certainly is a disaster of an event when an idol is placed inside of the Beis Hamikdash, the temple, and that also happened on the 17th of Tammuz. So those 5 tragedies altogether mark it as a very sad day, and that's why next week, I'll give you more laws as we get closer to it, but next week we'll be marking that day as a fast, and of course it will begin the time of the 3 weeks. Thanks for logging on. Have a great Shabbos, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.